witnesses for your valuable testimonies here today. And I want to start off, I think over the course of this committee, since its existence as a special committee, has shown and highlighted that the CCP plays by a different set of rules and standards than every other industrialized country in the world. And China has demonstrated through IP theft, forced technology transfers, coercive trade tactics, funding of SOEs, that they'll exploit any tool at its disposal to undermine our national security and steal our intellectual capital. And I also serve on our House Intelligence Committee, and I believe it's existential that we win the strategic competition against the CCP when it comes to AI, quantum, and obviously advanced chip manufacturing. But brain power and intellectual know-how is at the center of this competition, and obviously that starts with our world-class academic and research institutions in the United States. As you may know, last year, this Congress, with the work of this committee, passed legislation, the COINS Act, that created targeted restrictions for outbound U.S. investments that would fund military or advanced technology capabilities of our foreign adversaries, including the CCP. And this committee recognized the national security threat posed by those outbound investments. And in order to fortify our national security, I believe the U.S. needs full transparency and visibility into the vulnerabilities of these investments, and that includes investments in federally funded research. And we need to have a unified federal agency approach to ensure U.S. capital and know-how in sensitive technologies and dual-use applications are not further ceded to our foreign adversaries. In my home state, we have the Argonne National Lab that is located in Lamont, Illinois. And from quantum computing to advanced energy technologies, the work at Argonne is fundamental to America's research now and for the future and the development of that ecosystem. And we count on many world-class academic institutions, including Northwestern University and the University of Illinois, as partners with that. My question to you, Mr. Eison, is can you talk about the current DOE guidance in place that provides Argonne and the other national labs and these universities with effective mitigation plans to protect from theft in federally funded research?
Thank you for that question. So the department has a managed research environment. What that entails is we have built on a multi-decade approach to physical security, cyber controls, export controls, and added things with this new adversarial approach to S&T acquisition, as I mentioned in my testimony, to protect things that traditionally did not have traditional protections. The S&T risk matrix is something that we built back in 2019, during the president's first term. We sat down with the chief research officers of the national laboratories, explained to them that certain countries were making investments in certain critical emerging technologies. Certain countries were using illicit as well as licit techniques to acquire that technology. And 3, they were having success in making progression in those topics. And so we challenged them to develop a list of research areas that have a red, yellow, green categorization. Red areas being the topics that have the national security or economic security implications if there are breakthroughs. And then in turn to restrict the access to country of risk foreign nationals. So this is a tool that we use across the complex. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, our foreign government-sponsored affiliate activities. So we have a layered approach for conflict of interests, conflict of commitment restrictions, and a prohibition for talent program participation, in particular applying to China and the country's risks. I should note that the department was the first agency to come out with a public definition and prohibition in 2019 for talent program participation. So it has been a very positive risk mitigation. So all these policies and tools that have been incorporated into the contracts for the M&O contractors as managed national labs, this is the type of guidance we provide to them. We, of course, have counterintelligence offices that provide support to all the national laboratories. I think that's something to stress here. DOE is unique in that we are a member of the IC, and we have intel as well as counterintel that support the department's mission for protection. Thank you.
Thank you. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.